Hi everyone, welcome to another Escapement Show, and we've been told by Chili Badger, come on, hurry up.
Hurry up.
Go. Oh,
Well,
Chili, we love you. And
we're here, mate.
We're here, mate, now.
Good morning, Chili.
Yeah, good morning. We got the Watch Apprentice. Good to see you, my friend. And we welcome back
thank you, Thomas.
JCB.
Good to hear. Good to see you guys. Yeah, good to see you, Thomas. Good to see you,
nice
Watch
to meet you,
Apprentice.
JCB. Pleasure.
Yeah, likewise, mate. And all the punters in the chat and who will join us and who will watch this on the replay. G'day. Good to be back and good to see you.
Yeah. Enjoy the show, guys.
Yeah.
So we're talking about GPHG 2023 this year, the competing watches. Now, this is a Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève. GPHG.
GPHG for short, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the Oscars of watches, basically.
I was just going to say, that's the usual term, right? The Oscars of the watch industry.
The watch world, yeah, basically. And it's where the different brands release their watches, and I think they pay a little bit to get Kevin. Always our first in the show. How you doing?
Hey, Kevin.
Waking up early. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah.
I think
another one that couldn't sleep in Florida.
I think they pay a little bit to get to enter the competing watches section, and then they go through they get nominated by the panel. One of which of the members is Adrian Barker. I mean, they brought him onto the panel. It's all watch industry bigwigs, I think, normally. But they brought Adrian Barker onto the panel, and I
think Nico Leonard was on the panel as well. So they
really,
yeah. So they're getting some YouTubers and some sort of some of those not sort of journalists, really. I suppose.
I would imagine.
I mean, which is cool. I mean, people like Waco and other journalists have been on the panel for years, right? So
I would imagine people like that, people from Hodinkee and Revolution, and I mean, they're the kind of people you want involved, who are getting feedback from the public. Who are getting feedback about what watches are popular at the moment. And these competing watches will get selected to be for the nominated watches, and then there'll be another round of nominated watches from which the prizes will be selected. So
it's sort of two. So what we're going to look at today, Thomas, and correct me if I'm wrong. We're looking at that the watches that have the brands that have paid to be in the running, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got another round of votes to nominate, to make that bucket smaller, right? And then it's another round of votes to pick the prize winners from that smaller category, right? Okay. That's interesting. Why wouldn't they just do it just in one go? We've got the. Do you know what I mean? Like, why nominate?
So I think it gives a chance to allow independent people, rather than just selecting watches been in there. Hi, Dodger. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. I think it allows them to find out about new brands, like the Larique watch for last year, for example, Bill Sanders' group watch. It allows them to enter their watch where nobody would have heard about that watch.
What I'm saying is right.
Studio Underdog's another one that I looked at and saw. It's a little bit of advertising as well for the independents, isn't it? It's to get their watches out and to show the public what they're doing,
Yeah, gotcha. So you sort of have a bigger pool at the start where it's just a bit of marketing, really. It's a bit of
I think so.
it's sort of advertising, if you like.
Yeah.
It could be seen as that. Yeah.
And then you sort of pick out of that. It's like the serious contenders sort of bucket gets picked.
Yeah.
Right. And then the proper voting sort of happens.
Then they sort of get around to the sort of big boys.
Nitty-gritty.
Yeah, the nitty-gritty, yeah.
More the point, the nitty-gritty watch pencils. So, you've summed it up there. So,
do you guys, what's on the wrist before we get stuck into it? What are you guys wearing today?
What's on the wrist? Well, I'm wearing my Zenith 384, but I've just got a new...
Oh, we got the date just, we got a nice 36 mil black dial. Beautiful, two-tone black dial.
JCB.
A blue dial. Yeah. Unreal. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Classic piece. Love it.
Thank you.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Love that one.
Gorgeous.
Show us the Zenith, Thomas. Come on. I'm hanging to see it.
Yeah,
I've seen the pictures, but
I've got my Zenith 384, but I've just bought a new Python strap.
Python strap.
That's nice, Thomas.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
Python skin strap.
Yeah, it goes well.
We was talking about that the other show, weren't we? How the change out of the strap can make a watch even better.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Lovely.
Caliber 400. Beautiful. Love it.
Nice, Thomas.
Great piece. Awesome. I should have worn my Captain, but I'm wearing a Breitling Transocean. I'll just take that off. Yeah, the Transocean because I was looking at the chronograph category today of GPHG, and I thought, why not wear a nice reverse panda?
Bracelet.
Yeah, gonna love this bracelet. It's so cool, beautiful, comfy bracelet.
Really, really nice.
And cheers, man. So there we go. We got Russell joining us in the chat. Hey, Russ.
Russell. Good morning, Russell.
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Cheers.
So, I might be avoiding the chat. You'll have to, if you see anything in the chat you want to highlight, guys, just bring my attention to it, because I'm
no worries.
Scrolling through this screen for the majority of the show.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah.
So the competing watches, and Abdul R Watches has suggested this. So I've got his suggestions. I've got the Watch Apprentice's suggestions, and of course, JCB, you can chuck in yours. So we've got the ladies.
No worries.
The ladies category first. Now we've got this Arnold and Son, which is very nice, which you picked, the Watch Apprentice.
Yeah.
Just before you guys go into that, I'll just say good day to JQH as well, who's just joined us in the chat. So.
Oh, good to see JQH. I don't know whether you want to jump on, JQH.
He says he can't make it today, but he says good day and have a good show. So he'll be watching along, I imagine. There we go.
Good to see you, JQH. Good to see you, Jonathan. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Cool.
So back to
sorry. What I looked at, I browsed through the categories, Thomas, and I just, as if I was looking through a shop window, I was looking for that watch to say something, you know, and that's how I'll come to my choice. And before anything else, I don't know what movements are in these watches. It needs to say something to me. You know what I mean?
Aesthetically, yeah.
Yes, aesthetically. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. And there's a lady's watch. It's gorgeous. It's got diamonds around the bezel. It's got diamonds on the inside. I mean, let's read a little bit about it. It's a colourful yet poetic, featuring hints of mint green after placing the moon and space at the heart of its imaginary Alan's shifting its perspective. This women's complication time to be presents a view from the earth. Diamonds, mother of pearl, and ruthenium crystals comprise the installment. It's a graceful line. Yeah, beautiful choice. Lovely. This would be one of my choices, to be honest with you.
Yep, me too.
As I say, I just browsed through the categories, Thomas, when you asked me, and as I say, when I saw and watched it, really caught my. This wasn't the only watch in this category. There was a couple that caught my eye in this category. I think the other one was, but forgive me, it might have been the Patek, but the colour just hit me as well. But this was my choice. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Beautiful choice, Watch Apprentice. So there's the Bugard, the Breitling, which is a bit not for me. The Chopard.
And that Patek, it doesn't do it justice, Thomas, but it's beautiful colour.
It's a lovely pink dial, that Patek, isn't it? Yeah.
That's definitely a beautiful women's watch. Woman's watch. Look at that watch face.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. That is cool.
With a lovely nice big dial. And you're right, Watch Apprentice is.
Thomas, before the goalpost change, you remember you told me to pick the first 5 and then pick the ladies 5, then the men's 5.
Yeah.
And then that them two. Sorry, there was 5 in my choice of those. I picked 1 and 2. And these 2 was my favourites.
You got a favourite JCB?
Yeah, the Arnold. Yeah, the Arnold and Son, that Perpetual Moon for sure. The first one that we looked at. And that's a cracker.
This is the one that Abdul liked. This is the Hermes Saka Petite Lune.
Yeah, that's beautiful as well. Yeah.
It's very like the Arnold and Son.
Yes.
A moon phase. So. I think it's got a moon phase there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Diamond bezel.
I don't know. Thomas, I don't know if it's the.
Sorry, Watch Apprentice.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, I don't know if it's the picture. If you look at the top of the lugs to the bottom of the lugs, I don't know if it's the way. They look completely different, don't they? If you look at them.
Yeah, they are. They are. The top, it's the design of the Hermes design. I mean, it's like the Traveller watch that they did, the men's one, the one that won the prize last year, the World Timer. It's their signature look, the way they do the lugs at the top and the big lugs at the top and small lugs at the bottom. But it's a nice look.
That is a nice piece. That's like an aventurine dial with mother of pearl inlays there. So beautiful piece. Very nice.
You're correct there. Aventurine with mother of pearl, aragonite and opal, diamond splendid materials. 44,000 Swiss francs.
Yeah, and the Arnold, I believe, was 54,000 Swiss francs.
Really?
Not not the cheapest watches, are they?
No,
but,
no. Yeah.
You probably.
I beg your pardon. 64,000 Swiss francs. The Arnold and Son.
64.
I mean, Gucci timepieces. They come out with quite a few watches in this this year, which are quite interesting. But that doesn't do anything for me. Too fashionable.
Nah.
The Diamantes, no. The Louis Vuitton Timbre, no.
No, that's boring.
Acon, it's just another Acon. The Nomos, just another Club Campers.
Yeah.
Now these, I really liked. This Piaget was like something from the 70s. It's like something from a Bond film.
Yeah, it's got that sort of King Midas sort of vibe going on as well.
Yeah. I really like that.
I like the Montre d'Art. That I know it looks like a jigsaw puzzle, but that caught my eye.
I fell in love with Van Cleef and Arpels, the Watches and Wonders, and this features in the jewelry category as well.
Right. Okay.
And this is, yeah, I mean, for a women's watch, just beautiful. Quartz.
Does it come with a magnifying glass, Thomas?
No. But my choice was this, the Montreux d'Art, like you said.
That's what I said. That's that. I like that as well.
Yeah, I love this. Like the Montreux d'Art Expression Romantica, limited to 7 pieces, 44,000 Swiss francs, inspired by Vasily Kandinsky's abstract art, apparently. And XRBY teamed up with the architect, designer, and enameler Matteo Schaffer to create this cloisonné enamel dial of this timepiece, which uses a meter of 24-karat gold wire. So to make a cloisonné dial. I just love that cloisonné dial and that sort of abstract art.
Yeah.
Yeah. And each one will be different, you know, like, which is cool. You'll have a unique piece.
Yeah.
Did you say there was 7? 7 pieces.
7
pieces.
Yeah.
7 pieces.
Wow, look at that.
They'll be.
I mean, even the micro rotor they've done in cloisonné.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is a cool piece, actually. It's a very cool piece.
Very nice.
Yep.
And that was 44,000.
Yeah.
Mm.
So ladies come.
Yeah, they're not cheap, JCB. They're not cheap.
Yeah. I mean, the ones with the diamonds and all the work going into it, and obviously you're paying for a lot for the materials there and the workmanship, and with the cloisonné, you know, I guess there's a lot of work that goes into them, but still, bit steep.
Ladies competition. We've got the JQH watch in the top corner, and the ladies configuration. The Anderson de Geneve Benjamin Chi World Time. Very nice. We've got a Chopard jumping hour. A bit old-fashioned. Seeger's design. I mean, they won a GPHG in 2019, I believe, or 2021 with this watch. The Blue Planet. Not really for me in the ladies' version. The Dio Montreux.
Yeah, that was my second favourite. This one, I quite like that.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit busy.
I think I'd go for the. I mean, you've all picked other watches, so I'd probably end up going for this Dio Montreux.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's an automated watch. It's got an automated automata, so it's a moving dial when you press the button.
Yeah, I was torn between this and my choice, Thomas, to be honest.
Yeah. So this is
because of the complication.
Yeah, the complication is automata, mechanical. It's a quartz movement, but it's a mechanical dial for 110 Swiss francs, and they say it's Christian Dior in 1946 found a star on the floor of Paris, lucky star.
Yeah.
And they're trying to have a sort of theatre theme with lucky stars that move around in this theatre at the bottom of Paris. I don't know what. I think this star here will move around the dial, pretty like the Snoopy you'd watch on the Omega Snoopy, where it rotated round on the back of the dial. Probably something similar to that, way rotates round and moves around, but not exactly sure what it is. It's not the most amazing. The Gucci timepieces. This was a bit of a wacky one with these diamonds that moved around.
I found a video,
Yeah,
Thomas, of
yeah.
the Montre, Dior Montre. If you wanna have a look at it, I can share the screen. Just quickly, just so we can see it, because it's sort of cool. Just bear with me 1 second. Present there, share. See the stars moving up and down.
Yeah. Right.
I think that's all that moves, really, just the stars, right?
Right. Yeah. So just that star.
On some of them, JCB, they've actually got a video that you can run the video.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
complication moving.
That's right. I was just going to say, I wish they had a video for that one, and then I just quickly Googled it and I found it.
Some of them haven't. So
yeah, exactly.
Actually, on a choo-choo to a watch shop in London. Oh, I hope you pick something nice up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
Let us know what you get, man.
Yeah.
I hope the trains are okay, Chili Badger. My wife's took my grandson into London, and the trains are all up the bucket where we live.
So, I mean, have I gone past the Gucci timepieces? Oh, that was the one that Abdul picked, the Gucci timepiece.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Are Gucci like a serious sort of brand? Are they?
They've brought out some serious. They're calling themselves Gucci High
watchmaking.
High watchmaking, I think. Yeah.
Wow, 250.
Flying Tourbillon, yeah, 250 Swiss francs.
Oh my god! Okay.
So Tourbillon has multi-studded diamonds, and it's yeah. So it's Tourbillon's in the center. You see the hands there, the blued hands.
Yeah.
Coming
okay.
Out. But it's a very pedestrian case back. It's oh, you see a bit of the movement. So that was Abdul's
very busy.
pick. And an IWC Portofino, very ordinary. The Piquine Rose Sapphire Dawn. That looks like just a very white dial. Looks like it's got some complications which are sort of semi-skeletonized, but in a iced out white sapphire dawn white color. But you like this one, didn't you, Watch Apprentice?
Yeah, I like the Louis Vuitton. When I run the video, Thomas, when I run the video and watch the complication, I thought it was looks like the tourbillon at the bottom. It was a wonderful. Oh, sorry, in my eyes, it was just a piece of art.
Yeah, I'm just watching the video now. Yeah, I've got to agree with you. It's a pretty cool piece. It's a pretty cool piece.
Yeah, actually, the heart opens up and and presents something, and yeah.
Just let me pull the video up.
Yeah.
So you see the thorns coming out of the side of the flowers there, and the flowers rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I just chose that because of the complication. That's the choice. And
yep. Yeah, I'll go with that one as well.
You go with that one as well, JCB?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's the most seems to be the most interesting one, and out of the bunch, and it looks pretty cool. A lot of work that's gone into that piece. So yeah. Oh, look at that price. Yeah. Haha.
365. Yeah.
Yeah, not the cheapest, mate. Not the cheapest.
Yeah, you'd really have to.
I wasn't looking at the price.
Yeah, you'd really have to love her a lot, I think, to drop that sort of coin.
If you had to guess who make this, you would. I would. I would have hazarded a guess of like Jacob and Co. or someone like that.
Yeah,
not Louis Vuitton.
Good point. So the men's, here we go. Let's crack on.
Yep.
I like this Arnold. I like this Arnold & Son. It's got a deadbeat second function.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I was torn on this. I was torn on this category, Thomas.
Yeah. This has got a nice deadbeat second subdial. This main dial with the blue second hand. I love the star wheel.
Yeah, the star wheel is cool. Very cool piece.
But I don't think it's gonna win.
No, and correct me if I'm wrong. Have they? Is this a complication that they've done before, previously?
Yes, 1991.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So they've sort of repackaged it really into the code 1159.
That's correct.
Architecture. Yeah. Okay.
The BRM, I don't know.
I didn't even look at that watch. I didn't even look at that thing.
No.
This Beauvais is nice. It's got a meteorite dial.
Well, it's just
another Beauvais, isn't it? It's just another Beauvais Dune Amadeo case.
Yeah. I don't know if there's such thing as just another Beauvais, but it's just one of the more boring ones. Like, it's less complicated. Beauvais to me is known for really high super complication, and this just is not it. So, didn't ring any bells for me, that one.
Charles Zuber didn't do anything for me. The Chopard Alpine Eagle XPS is a beautiful dial, but I got bored of that after Watches and Wonders.
Yeah.
The Chapek is interesting, very skeletonized. You might like that, JCB.
Yeah, love that, but it's just a skeletonized version of the watch, really. It's nothing really new going on there. There's some stuff coming up which is a lot more interesting to me, even though I love skeletons.
This is your choice. This is your choice, Watch Princess. The Debussy Starry Skies.
Yeah.
My mouse keeps cutting out, and it keeps.
Yeah, this is my choice, and once again, just beauty is simplicity. I just think it was just the dial.
Yeah, the dial's cool.
Sorry, the dial face, the waves. I don't know what it actually was called. What's it called? It's called the Starry Seas.
Starry Seas.
It's called. Yeah. And that just, I mean, the watch case, if you look at the watch case on the side, they look like wings, don't they?
I remember seeing this like on one of the websites when it came out, like on Monochrome or Hodinkee or whatever it was, and the photos that they had it just looked so good. It just looked amazing.
Look at that dial, look.
Yeah. You can sort of tell here, but yeah.
Yeah.
When you see the live pics, like the actual watch, the photos, it just looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what it does to me. It wants me to throw a pebble into it and splash. You know what I mean? I just want to throw a pebble into that for watch face. It just looks like a pond. It just looks like a pond.
I love this one, the Ferdinand with it's got a cylindrical hairspring. And,
cool watch this one.
Yeah,
just beautiful. This one.
Yeah.
You see there, it's
nice complication. Yeah,
cylindrical hairspring. I mean, Ferdinand 2 just one of my favorite brands, really growing on me. 143,000 Swiss francs. Yeah, they're really growing me.
It's an avant-garde design as well. I really like the look of that watch. Yeah, it's cool.
Too.
Really cool.
Grand Seiko just looks like another Grand Seiko.
Yep.
The design looks like that Scametti Spaghetti, I think, the Ben's Watch Club watch.
That whole row of watches, just let's move on from that. Really,
I've seen that Hermes before. The Laurent Ferrier Classic Macarossa we've seen before. The Louis Vuitton Voyager Skeleton. I don't know what's going on with that watch.
Yeah, me too.
That's a bit part spin watch.
Yeah, doesn't do anything for me.
I don't know. No.
What's on there though? Is that like a dragon, or is it some sort of like?
Yeah, it looks like a dragon, JCB.
It's a dragon. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay.
I've never heard of Lucky Harvey. I don't want to know much more about them. The LYH Lin Hunhua. I liked him when I met him at the HCI show. But it's not doing much for me. The Moron music. It's a bit of a moron's watch.
Looks like a bloody G-Shock.
Thomas. Now.
The Norcane. No, I don't like it. Not a fan of Norcane are okay, but Parmigiani Fleurier, we've seen it before. We'll see it again.
Yeah.
The Raquetta, I like the indices layout, the numerals, the 0, 6, 12, and 18, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Reservoir, I like their sort of retrograde hours and jump hours, and Resonance I love, but the Resonance is a Resonance.
It's just the same thing in blue.
Schwartz Etienne, the dial is a bit discombobulating. The Simon Brett is an absolute work of art, and I think we'll come back to this watch because I think it might win the grand prize overall.
I think be cool.
Is that your pick overall, Thomas?
Out of all of them, I think this is going to be the grand prix winner.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this one could well be the Grand Prix winner. It's his first watch, Simon Brett's, but it's just a work of art. It's just
it is an amazing piece. Yeah. Definitely.
What's the price on that, Thomas? Please.
It's 53,850.
Not drastic.
I think that all the handwork and the finishing, like the finishing on this watch, is just is next level. Yeah, it's next level.
Really is JCB. They even nailed it. The finishing is just next level. It's just,
Russell's saying I preferred the starry various versions. So,
the tree lobe is just another tree lobe. I think it's got that same tree lobe time telling. Nothing new with.
There's nothing. Yeah, I feel like this was in there last year and the year before, even maybe. I don't know, or maybe a couple of years ago.
Yasuki Sekuchi looks like a Credo and very Japanese. And we'll save the best to last. The Zevdev Regepi.
Yeah. This is my pick from the bunch, actually. The Zevdev.
This is Abdul's pick and your pick, and probably my pick.
Yeah.
Probably my pick.
Oh, you're ganging up on me now, are you?
This is just awesome. He's done a deadbeat seconds. Well, sorry, he's done a
deadbeat minutes.
It's
jumping minutes.
Jumping minutes. He's done a stop to go, like the mundane stop to go. The second hand stops at 58 and then jumps to 0.
Yeah. and then the minutes jump.
Mini hand jumps.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about this. It's sort of, I don't know if it's been done before. Like I feel like it's a new complication. I feel like I haven't seen.
The Swiss railway clock manufacturer, they did it in their stop to go.
Okay.
You see in the railway stations. This is 89,000 50 pieces. It's his first watch. It took him 12 years to make.
Yeah.
Hi, Dis.
Yeah. Hey, Dis. Yeah, platinum case. We got 38 mil, thickness of 8.5. Like that would be such a cool watch to wear. Beautiful on the wrist. Yeah, I just think it's a really cool piece, and it's one of those ones that, like, it's a real stealth watch. Like your average punter would look at it and just go, yeah, whatever. But like people who know, they will know, and
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Immersed himself in 19th century watchmaker styles.
Yeah.
And the architecture and watchmaking is inspired by pocket watches for design by architecture for the movement and the straight classical shapes.
I think it's just going to be really interesting to see, you know, like the rivalry and how it plays out in the future between, you know, Jevdet and Recepi, you know, Recep. You know, obviously they're brothers, but I think it'll just be, you know, because, you know, Jevdet, obviously he worked and came up under Recep and went out on his own. So it'll be really interesting to see how, you know, that their sort of rivalry sort of goes. It'll sort of be like the Puma and Adidas brothers. I feel like in the future, just to see how it works out. Yeah. But yeah, that was. I think that's a cool piece.
Hi, Dave. Good to see you, mate.
like King Seiko and Grand Seiko, eh? JCB.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, the king. It's like the king and the prince. You know, obviously Recep is, you know, the king, and
both from the same companies and both competing against each other.
Russell's saying that the Recepi has a cool feature, definitely, and that the Simon Brett is going to be a stunner, but impossible to get. Yeah, I'm going to the Festival of Time in Ireland on in September, and he's going to be exhibiting there. So it's going to be great to meet him and see his watch. So it's going to be, it's going to be.
That'll be a real experience to see that watch in the metal.
Absolutely.
We've all just seen it on the screens and on YouTube, and it looks amazing. So to see it in the metal will be a real treat, Thomas.
So, I mean, some interesting ones here. I quite like this. This is an interesting one. It's inspired by automating car racing dials. The Anton Sukhanov.
Yeah.
We're in the men's complication now.
Yeah.
I don't get this one. It just changes color from one color to another.
Yeah, I think it's more about the technology, like how they got the sapphire to be able to do that. You know, it changes color when there's a different light color temperature, which I think, like, technically that probably is a bit of a feat in itself, like how they did that. So I think there's probably a little bit going on there, Thomas. Like it's not, you know, it's not. I mean, it's a bit gimmicky, but I think there's some tech there that will come out, and it could be probably used in other applications industrially. I think.
The Royal Oak concept, I've seen enough Royal Oak concepts, and this is just a split second. I mean, it's a split second chronograph GMT large date. So there's a lot going on, but not for me.
Yeah, technically, again, like another one, like putting all those complications, or not all, but like putting a GMT with split seconds, that's not very common, you know.
I like this Beauvais. I really do like this Beauvais. This could be
my favorite.
This is a 3 time zone Beauvais.
And what people will appreciate is that it doesn't have the pocket watch lug at the top as well.
Yeah,
so
it's quite a cute little watch. There's 3 time zones. I love it. It's got so you can have 1, 2, and then your main dial is your 3 time zones. It's how much is it? 91,000.
And I love how they've done the city indications as well, like the the font and like Beauvais got their design language really down pat. Like you can look at a watch and you can just tell it's a Beauvais when you look at it. That's what I love about this stuff.
But the cities
perhaps you two guys can answer Russell's question in the chat.
I believe some of it isn't actually a watchmaker, unlike the Ricciappi brothers. Is that correct? No, I thought he was a watchmaker. I thought he was a watchmaker. I feel like he was doing work for other brands, maybe Russell, and then he stepped out on his own and came out.
You'd have to ask Jonathan about that. About Simon Brett. I think I'm going to a watchmaker's show and he's exhibiting. So
no.
I believe he might just be a marketer. I don't know, but he's definitely exhibiting. So no,
I think he has his skill lies in finishing. Is what I understand.
Looks like it. So we've got the Breitling's Avi. I love the Avi, but it's not a men's complication. It's
a GMT chronograph. Seen it before.
The burn with the rotating numerals is interesting, but not. This Gucci timepieces is not doing it for me. The Oris is just another world timer. It says it's an altimeter, ProPilot altimeter. Looks like a world timer. The Parmigiani Fluria. Now this is your choice.
This is my choice, and the reason was I know you guys are the experts on the complications. So when I looked at this category, some of the watches to me were just looking too busy. So this when I got this one, this just seemed to hit me as being simple, just a simple watch.
Beautiful watches, Watch Apprentice. They do gorgeous watches. I tried on the original PF Tonda Watch Pro Salon in 2021, and it felt gorgeous. And I immediately thought I'd rather have this than a Rolex than any Rolex any day of the week. The bracelet was super thin. The micro rotor was beautiful in it. The platinum micro rotor. The case was super thin. It just felt beautiful. And
it might look plain, but as I say, I wasn't looking at the complications. I was just looking at when I scanned down the category, it come out,
And the dials are gorgeous. Well, I don't know what you think, JCB, of Parmigiani.
Well, this and the Voutilainen were my picks, and I really like this watch because it's got a minute rattrapant. I like this one because of the complication. We don't see this very often, and it's a
yes, right.
It's like a timer. Basically, you can set that gold hand using the pushers to a predetermined amount of time. Like if you want to time, say 26 minutes or something, you can use the top pusher will push at 5-minute increments, and the bottom one will push at 1-minute increments. So you can set a particular time, and then the minutes hand will catch up to that. So you can sort of time an event. It's sort of a cool timing feature that we
like having a bezel. Yeah.
It's like a bezel, but with the minutes hand. So I think it's an interesting way of, and it's quite an elegant way of having a different timing complication. So I think that's a pretty cool piece from that perspective for me.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then yeah, we'll get to the Vutaline in a bit later, I suppose.
Yeah, the Parallel. I mean, it's got dual rotors, which go in opposite directions, which they were the first to do that, which is interesting. Piaget, I'm not a fan of the Polo S. The Singer Reimagined is like a Chronostop, Omega Chronostop, which is, I've just acquired one of those. It's interesting. The Zatka Violet World, that's just a bamboozling world timer, which is I don't get it. The Wilbur is an interesting one. It's telling the time with a, I don't know what's going on really. It's got the hour in the middle, and then it's got.
That looks like sorry, but it just looks like an eBay special. That watch, it
looks
looks
like an AliExpress
terrible.
Thing, doesn't it? It's got the minutes at the bottom, and then the seconds at the top. But it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah. Sorry, Russell is asking if it's a Rattrapant, the Parmigiani. It's not a Rattrapant in the traditional sense of being a split seconds chronograph. Russell, no, it's just called a Rattrapant because the minute hand splits, and that's just why they actually call it a minute Rattrapant. So it's not a split second timer.
So on to Abdul's pick, and could well be my pick, if not the Beauvais, just to make a bit of a variation. But this is a banger of a watch.
Yeah.
The Vutaline World Timer, 198,000 francs. Cara Vutaline going 70s retro case on us, and doing his first world timer. We've got the beautiful Vutaline hands, and the case is just really nice. I love it. Retro styling.
So for that sort of money, though, Thomas, they should have made it platinum or white gold or something. This is a steel watch.
Really?
It's fucking steel, man. Like for that money, I want platinum.
Steel. Wow.
Yeah. I just think it's too much for what it is. Beautiful watch. Like, I get. Look at it. It's a banger. There's no doubt about it. But for that money, I want precious metal.
Wow. Yeah. So
but it's cool watch. Cool watch.
I mean, I think that'll probably win this category with Vutalinen's clout that he's got. I reckon it could win the prize in the long run.
Yeah. Probably, I'd say so. Yeah. I think you're right, Thomas.
So iconic.
So
the Angelus is another, just like a bit of another chronostop, so pulsation chronometer, chronograph. Sorry. The Audemars PK, iconic. Yeah, we could say that every year for the next 50 years. It's a Royal Oak, but it's not that.
Oh, I got 30 Danny in the chat. G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
The Breitling, I like the colour of the dial, but it's not iconic. It's not that iconic. It's an Navitimer. Yeah.
Well, the Navitimer it's an icon. It's iconic.
Yeah, you could say the same about the Royal Oak, but how many years do you want to say that every year?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just another Navitimer, really. There's nothing. It's just a blue Navitimer.
The Doctor, I mean, you could say Doctor's iconic, but this Clive Cussler dial is a mess. It's
Nothing of the dial, is there?
Well, I mean,
the dial looks tiny though.
So it was featured in a lot of Clive Cussler novels, and this is what it's a tribute to. But it's
okay. What's that design in the middle there? What's that supposed to be?
It's sort of
it's almost like a compass. It's almost like a compass sort of thing.
Something like that. It's a mess, basically.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah,
I don't dig it.
yeah. Can we have a look at the show card for a sec? This one,
because that's the Watch Apprentice's pick.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna go for this one as well. I just think this is a nice piece as well.
This is beautiful. Yeah. How much is this one? 22,000 Swiss francs.
That's not bad, is it? Not a bad price.
Salmon colored dial. It's using an LEC movement. It's
what's the size on this thing? It's like 36.5. A bit on the small side, actually.
Yeah, 36.5 mil case. Made of lucent steel. LEC caliber 96.40-L. Gold micro rotor. Yeah, it's lovely. I love it. It's a great choice, Watch Apprentice.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So Danny's asking you a question, Tom.
I'll just have to get back to the main StreamYard screen. What would I buy at retail for £4,000? I tried on the Breitling Avenger Night Mission GMT, which I've always liked recently, and that was £4,000. I'd buy that. I'd buy 4,000. I bought this retail.
I just did the maths. I did the conversions. That's 7,800 Australian dollars, and
I'm trying to think what else you can get for retail.
There's not much really. I mean, it's in a weird pricing bracket. It's in between sort of Tudor and Amiga. It's sort of sitting in between there, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe I would get Certi. I would go for, and I know you didn't ask me, but I'm just chiming in anyway, just because I'm here. Maybe I don't know, it's a tough one at retail. Probably the Tudor, like the Panda chronograph. I think you could get that under that much. I think it's about $6,000 Aussie. I think that was probably be my pick.
We've got an update from JQH. Russell says JQH thinks the same. Simon Brett is an engineer and movement designer, not an actual watchmaker. He doesn't himself work on movements, unlike the Reshepi brothers. Interesting.
Well, okay. Well, you could say the same thing about Chapek then, really, because like they design movements, but they get other people to make them for them, right? So, okay, watchmaker actually makes the movements and puts them together. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
So yeah, back to this Chopard LEC. It's a lovely watch, I think. Great choice, Watch Apprentice.
So you're saying he picked an awkward price on purpose? Yeah, you prick. Yeah. You fucking did. That's a shitty price bracket, man.
We shouldn't expect anything else from Dan.
Yeah, exactly. Sneaky.
So, more luck than judgment, Thomas. That watch.
That was a lovely pick, I think. This Bulgari secret watch was quite interesting. Hidden behind a lid, it's quite cute.
Yeah.
The Grand Seiko seems faithful to the name Iconic, seeing as it's the recreation of the first Grand Seiko. The Hublot, no. The IWC Engineer could be called Iconic. Pretty iconic watch. I'm sort of bored of it already, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. It never did anything for me when it came out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's just skip to the last row, I think.
Well,
that's really, I don't know.
GPHG was worn by Andy Warhol, so you could call that a bit of an icon. The Oris, no. The Vutainer, no. So we'll skip to the last row. And this is, we'll go with Abdul's pick, which was the Carrera chronograph.
Yeah, the glass box chronograph, they call this one.
So Abdul liked this one. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the, I don't mind Tag, but I'm not a fan of the Carrera, really. I like the Monza. I like the Monaco's okay.
Yeah.
I like the older ones, the Camaro, things like that. But the Carrera doesn't do much for me. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you here, Thomas, because I feel like up until this point, the Carrera line, I would agree it hadn't done anything for me, but what we've seen now is Tag actually really going back into their back catalogue and going back into their 60s design heritage and bringing out, stuff that's a lot more faithful to that. So, we saw the Carrera, the 60th anniversary, and then we saw this one, and then we saw the Skipper come out recently.
The Skipper's great. I love
the Skipper. That's what I mean. I feel like Tag is on a, in this particular vein in the Carrera line, they really hit on something. And I'm with Abdul. I can see why he's picked this watch, because it's both the design, it's what it represents, and it's also Tag sort of like coming to the enthusiasts, like not sort of pandering to the mass market anymore. It's sort of like, okay, we're gonna get back to our roots and watchmaking and design, and give the enthusiasts something that they want. And I feel like with this part of the Carrera line, they're doing that. So I like it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah, and then we saw that with the Skipper. So I sort of feel like this little niche of the Carrera sort of bucket, this niche of the Carrera line, there's some designers at Tag that they know what they're doing, man. And I think it's a really good thing. It's going to bring Tag. It's going to bring Tag back, from the shithole that it's in.
It's the 60th anniversary of the Carrera, and yeah, it's definitely, they're starting to look a lot nicer. I agree. This is the one I would go for. I mean, the UN Freak is one that resonates with me. It's an iconic design by Ludwig Goggelslein, and an unconventional dial, unconventional hands, no crown. Launched in 2001. We haven't seen that much of the Freak since then, but it's a great release, I think. I just love the Freak. It's just a freak watch. Get your freak on.
Yeah. Let's get the video going there. Maybe I think it's worth looking at the video of the Freak, because it's all about the movement. It's all about how everything moves around the dial. I think if we can have a look at that, Thomas, that would be cool.
Just with me.
So they don't really show the.
They're not giving much away, are they? No.
Yeah, I think, but that it doesn't.
Video.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but yeah, no. The Freak is like mechanically and conceptually what it is. It's pretty out there, pretty cool piece.
Yeah, it didn't show much, that video, did it?
No, not at all. No. No,
but
quite
yeah,
disappointing.
I'm a fan of the Freak. I don't know what the audience think, or whether you are yourself, JCB.
Yeah, look, I don't. As I said before, like I appreciate the Freak for what it is in terms of, the mechanics and from like conceptually what they've done. They've basically made the movement the hands really. So I think that's kind of cool. That you don't see that. It's a totally different thing. So, but I've never seen one in the metal. I've never played with one yet. So. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I just sort of it hasn't really quite hit home with me, the Freak. So yeah, and I'm a bit on the fence about it, to be perfectly honest.
Russell's saying he's got the original 2001 Freak number in single digit.
But yeah.
Of course he has. Don't expect anything less.
I think it'd be quicker if Russell told us what he hasn't got, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, onto the Tourbillon category. Now, this Arnold & Sons, I quite like. It's the one of the thinnest Tourbillon watches, about 8.3 mil.
That's pretty cool.
Quite a nice one. Yeah, it's looks lovely. Really nice one by Arnold & Sons there.
Simple.
Oh, we're getting this RTA Curvy Purity Tourbillon. I think could be a bit of a dark horse. It's a sapphire case, turnout case. Could be a dark horse. The Spider-Man, forget about it. It's just a gimmick. The Bianche is a Richard Mille wannabe. Again, doesn't wash with me. The Watch Apprentice, you came up with this one, the Virtuoso Tourbillon by
I just think that looks a piece, in my eyes, a piece of art.
Yeah,
it is a piece of art. It's the just let me check my notes. It's the first skeleton watch that Beauvais have done, I believe. Yeah, the very first full skeleton Beauvais that they've done, which is interesting. Very interesting. What do you think? You're the skeleton man, JCB. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's cool, and I'm a big fan of Beauvais as well in general. But this watch just looks a little bit too feminine for me, and I don't.
Yeah.
It's got a very feminine look about it. It looks like a lady's watch to me, even though it's bloody huge at 44 mil. Just the overall look and the aesthetics of the watch is, it's just not doing it for me from a looks perspective, I suppose. But I appreciate like the Watch Apprentice. I appreciate it as an artwork. Really, it really is. It's an amazing piece from an artistic perspective, but just overall looking at the watch, just looking at there on the screen, I can, that would be something that I'll have on my missus' wrist, not on my wrist.
It is a work of art.
44 millimeters.
Yeah, a bit too big for her. Maybe.
Wear it on her ankle.
Yeah, ankle bracelet. Yeah. 44 mil, 7 mil thickness though, very thin, Thomas, and Watch Apprentice. That's a thin.
I didn't think about price, to be honest with you, JCB.
301,000.
Bargain.
301,000 francs.
I'll have two. Yeah.
It's a beautiful watch, Watch Apprentice. I can see why you went for it. It's a very classic style. Well, not classic, but Well, it is classic.
It is. It is classic. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm getting a lot of.
Yeah.
I get a lot of reggae, sort of classic reggae vibes from this piece too.
Yeah, you're right, JCB. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Breitling, I mean, they're attempting it. They're trying tourbillons in the top with a chronograph, and it doesn't really do it for me. This is Abdul pick, the Bulgari, Octorama striking Papillon time. It's got a jump power. It's a bit worky, really. Got a jump power at the top, and then this minute ring at the bottom. You can see with a tourbillon in the middle. Very different for Bulgari to do in an Octorama. Interesting.
Interesting color scheme as well, like bright green and black. To me, it's almost like a HYT sort of looking watch.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not digging just the colors.
You guys would buy? Would it be something you guys would buy?
Let's see the price.
Not for me. No.
13,000 Swiss francs. No, definitely not. No, if it was 4,000, like City Danny said, I might go for it. But
Thomas, even if it was 4,000, I don't think I'd buy it. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, just the color scheme is just too out there for me.
Yeah.
It's definitely take it or leave it. Watch this one.
I just hope it comes with instructions.
Yeah.
Well, it's got that earwork look. I mean, like I said, these Gerald Charles brand, these be jumping up in a lot of categories, and the watches just have the same sort of case shape. I mean, I don't know who they are, or Gucci timepieces, dancing bees. It's lovely dancing bees design. But not for me, really. No. The Hortolans TV case shape, the classic TV case shape, not for me. The HYT could be one of the ones I go for, maybe. I quite like that. What's that? 390,000 Swiss francs, 390,000.
Could you wear that watch, Thomas, with the thickness of nearly 26 mil? I think it was. I just saw flashing up on the screen. Sorry, 25.15 and 48 mil. It's like a freaking UFO has landed on your wrist, man.
It's a paperweight.
I don't know whether it would be my pick then.
Look, it's in that sort of MBNF sort of.
Definitely, yeah. That's what I was trying to think of, JCB.
Yeah, sort of size and feel. It's got that, because some MBNF watches are pretty big too, and we all love those. So not that size is, can be.
I just liked it. It's got a conical tourbillon, so I quite liked it.
Okay.
I don't like the Jacob & Co's design, and I just don't like that. And I
love that watch though, man, because it's like it's a roulette thing on your wrist, man. How cool is that? Like you're just sitting there. Imagine you're in a meeting and you're bored off your brain, and you can just sit there playing roulette for the whole time, like those boring Zoom meetings that you have.
I could see the gamblers going for this one.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Jacob & Co, but I like this one for some reason.
Yeah, it's really, what is this? 280,000.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not that much of a fan, but
paying for the name.
So, I didn't like that, and it's got a hidden tourbillon like the Laurent Ferrier, and the Laurent Ferrier Grand Sport Pursuit. I mean, I've seen the Laurent Ferrier, tried it on a Watch Pro Salon, and it's a nice watch, but we've seen it before. The Louis Vuitton is the first sapphire case to bear Geneva seal, And at 400,000 could be a dark horse, although it's bonkers, absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. Color at all.
400,000.
400,000 francs.
No, I'd rather buy their bag.
I don't think that the sapphire and titanium. It's
like wee yellow.
Can I ask you what's the time on it?
Exactly. Yeah.
10 past 10.
10 past 10, but we'll have white tipped hands on a see-through. I suppose you'd be wearing. You see the color of your skin on the background, but it is a bit.
In the middle would be a bit better.
The Parmigiani isn't anything special, I don't think, and this for just over 2,000 Swiss francs. This I don't think this sapphire case and titanium of this Warhoff Quantum TI will cut it. Cheap Chinese tourbillon that's a bit ambitious, I feel.
Okay. I like the look of that one though, just from a skeleton. It's sort of it's just kind of. I mean, it looks cool, but yeah, it's.
Well, it might. You never know. It might give it a break, and.
I didn't mind that one. I sort of imagined that one on my wrist, and I thought, oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. I didn't mind it.
But I don't know what my pick would be. Probably the HYT because of the cylindrical tourbillon, the conical tourbillon. Sorry.
Yeah.
But tourbillons are a funny one. So calendar and astronomy. Both Abdul and the watch apprentice chose the Beauvais recital.
Me too. So that's 3 of us. Yeah.
So this is 432,432 Swiss francs, £500,000.
It's one piece though. It's one piece.
It's hours, minutes, seconds, day, month, power reserve indicator, retrograde minutes, tourbillon, equation of time, special escapement, annual calendar, summer and winter equinox, 240 hours power reserve. That's 10 days, and manually wound.
That's bonkers. That's bonkers.
It's just a work of art.
I think for that price, they should give you someone to wind it up, shouldn't they? Really?
A little Swiss person walking around.
Little Swiss, wind the watch up, please.
That's funny.
I mean, wow! Just look at that.
Yeah, it's mental.
So it's got the. I can't even work out what's going on. It's got the minutes.
Me too. That's when you know it's a cool watch, when you just don't know what the fuck's going on.
Retrograde minutes on the right. It's got the power reserve. Is that on the left? It's got the. How do you tell the time? It's got the months on the inner ring here. It's got the.
You don't buy this to tell the time, Thomas. You pull out your Apple Watch when you want to. You pull out your iPhone when you want to know the time.
I can't work it out. It's just. I mean, that's the back. Oh, the beetle half of it on the back. So the back tells half of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, so some sort of sky map.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, a banger of a watch. I mean, just a feat of engineering.
Yeah.
So the Philippe Piccolic is nice. The moon phase is Philippe's first watch with a handmade complication, and it seems that pretty much everything is handmade for the movement to the globe and to the hands. And That's 25,000 Swiss francs.
That's a good looking watch, isn't it?
Nice, isn't it? I like it. Yeah.
Pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
The Gucci timepieces. This is an interesting one. This one tells the. What did it say? Sophisticated expressions made to where the client-specific place, time, date of birth, and are uniquely depicted on the watch. Clients start with 6 gemstones that reflect the astral map linked to zodiac signs and the birthday planet's position, which are painted with 6 diamonds. They alternately sit on a rotating rehole that spins randomly in the planets and the gemstones. Blah 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 blah. So this is to do with getting in touch with your zodiac side, I presume.
Yeah, I'd rather do some yoga instead.
Yeah. Love it. We've seen the IWC Perpetual. It's a great banger of a watch, and I really like it. But it's been seen before. The Messina Lab. Whenever I hear Messina Lab, I think of Ming, and but Messina Lab Harboring 2, which caught my attention. The Maurice Lacroix. It's not doing much apart from having a big date. The Piaget Polo Perpetual Calendar, again, I don't like the polo shape, really. And this Parmigiani I found quite interesting. It's got a Chinese calendar, which combines both solar and lunar calendar, which are calculated separately and then synchronized. So I'd try and work that one out. But it's an interesting complication. Quite liked it, but I think I'd be going for the Beauvais as well myself. Yeah. So the mechanical exception. This Audemars Piguet is a banger of the lot. I think it's a 1,700,000. Yeah.
What?
1,700,000 Swiss francs.
What?
Everything.
What the hell?
The code 1159 is a wealth of complications. Is a piece unique as well. So it does. Yeah, it's got.
Okay. Can I read it out, Thomas? You got hours, minutes, date, day, month, year, moon phase, flyback chronograph, split seconds chronograph, perpetual calendar, minute repeater, striking watch, semi-Gregorian, whatever that is, something to do with the calendar, petite sonnerie and grand sonnerie. Okay. Now the price kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
There's 2-minute repeaters and a whole lot more going on.
Okay.
Yeah,
That gives some Patek, like the the Patek grand complication, like the super complication, a bit of a run for its money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So this Barons was Abdul's choice. It's ultra lightweight. The Barons ultra lightweight, 11 grams. It's an interesting choice. I don't know much about Barons. I think they're Chinese brand.
11 grams.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, seems to be fitting all the movement into this, and it costs 10,000 Swiss francs. What to say about them? Yeah. So I don't know much about the Barons, to be honest with you. Interesting choice, Abdul.
It's pretty fugly.
The Horton doesn't do anything for me, really. It doesn't do much for me, displaying the hours on a rotating sphere. The Chapek seems to be ripping off Bernard Lederer's double escapement idea a bit too much.
It looks pretty cool though.
Yeah.
The principle of the double escapement regulators with two balance wheels independently in power delivered from a single barrel differential. Any variation in which may be caused by gravity or various other factors inherent in everyday life, and will cancel out, thus enduring greater timekeeping and accuracy. And there's another watch which is a bit more interesting to me. This Huggins seems more of a jewelry novelty because you can swap out the middle for different gemstones or different sort of silver or gold icon, different little tweaky things. The Jacob & Co's mental. The movement rotates. It's
the movement rotates and the whole and it all moves around the dial as well. Yeah, it's mental. Yeah. I feel like they've repackaged that movement though in 20 different looking watches though.
Astronomia Revolution.
Astronomia has been around for a while.
That's 600,000 Swiss francs. So it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, my mouse keeps cutting out. Connected. Yeah. Right. And this was your choice, Watch Apprentice. The Tambour. The Louis Vuitton Opera Tambour.
Yeah.
I'll show the video on this one. Let's have a look. So the head moves, showing the hour, and then it's got a retrograde minutes. Quite a nice watch, actually. Quite funky.
Oh yeah, that is kind of cool. Just trying to think, like, this is sort of the first time I'm sort of hearing about Louis Vuitton watches. Is it? Am I missing the boat? Have I been living under a rock?
I don't think you are, to be honest.
No. It's just,
I think they've taken it seriously, to be honest with you, JCB. They've started to realise that
there's some big cash in the watch game.
There's something in it, you know.
455,000 Swiss francs.
It's just interesting.
I like this one, the Rudy Silva. This one, it seems more interesting than the Chapek to me, with a patented two-toothed balance in opposition. They cancel out the effect of gravity when the watch is in the vertical position, unlike a conventional tourbillon, which needs a minute's rotation to do so. More precise than a tourbillon. So these two wheels at the bottom rotate, and they're two double toothed. So it's an interesting one, that one. A patented invention of theirs. The two-tooth balances immediately cancel out the effect of gravity when a watch is in a vertical position, unlike conventional tourbillon, which needs a whole minute to do so. Harmonious oscillator, RS23.
Sounds like some cool tech.
So that'd be my pick. I don't know what your pick would be out of those, JCB.
Probably I'm just gonna go for the Chapek, just based on looks. I think that's probably the one I would pick. Yeah, but that last one, the Rudy Silver, is pretty cool too.
So onto this is your ballpark. This JCB, the chronographs.
Yeah, the chronographs. Yeah.
The Angelus is a chronodate, is a modern take on the original 1940s chronodate. It's a little expensive at 24,000, I thought. The Audemars Piguet didn't do much for me. It's a standard offshore flying tourbillon chronograph. The Breitling B01, I've seen it before.
Yeah.
The Brew, I've seen before.
Yeah.
The Bulgari, I've seen before. The Dibatoon, you picked Watch Apprentice. That was your choice. Monopusher, 1 minute chronograph, I believe. Beautiful. Gorgeous choice. Absolutely loved these Dibatoons, these new ones without the articulated lugs. 91,000 Swiss francs. Yeah, really nice. What's your opinion on these?
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, the Dibatoon looks great. I think it's a cool piece. Yeah, I thought it was. It's not. It's a 60-minute chronograph.
Oh, it's a 60-minute, not a 60-second.
Yeah. So the bottom is not seconds. That's actually a 60-minute chronograph counter at the bottom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, this was I was sort of on par with this one, and this one is probably for me from a high horology point of view. I really like this one, and then I like the Bulgari Octo as well. That one, that Roma chronograph, I believe that one came out. I don't know when, but it was quite a recent release actually, and it's just I think it's a cool piece. I'm not really into Bulgaris much, but this one for some reason I can dig, and yeah, it's just something cool about this piece. It's not I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's not a typical Octo the Octo case is a little bit too square for me, but this one's got the round bezel and it seems like it's just a bit more a bit of it's traditional, a little bit more traditional, but it's still got that Bulgari DNA, which is unique. So yeah, for me, these are the two picks: the Dibatoon and the Bulgari.
Yeah, this Gerald Charles brand cropping up again. Never heard of them. Don't know, the Graham, I've got a soft spot for Graham. I mean, they're the ones for these big trigger for to start the chronograph on the left hand side, and people diss them a lot. And say, you know, they're a bit silly, and but I quite like that trigger system. You know, it's a function. It's like the crown guard on a Panerai, really. It's a function. It's functional. There's something about them that I quite like. This Grand Seiko Tentograph was an interesting one. It's Grand Seiko's first mechanical chronograph. I have a warm feeling about this one. A 10 beat per second chronograph with the longest power reserve in the industry today. 3 days when the chronograph is in operation. +5 to -3 seconds per day. It's big. It's 43 mil.
Wow.
It's all about the movement, I think, rather than the watch on this one.
Yeah.
Their first movement, their first automatic chronograph. I don't know whether it's got what the reviews were like on this one, but it was the main sort of watch they're expoing at Watches and Wonders when I went in back in, I can't remember when it was now, May, June. But it was the main watch that they were exhibiting and bigging up, the Tentograph.
Yeah, I remember. I think you were saying you back then maybe you really liked it, or there was something.
Yeah,
you were impressed by it in some way.
I'd quite like them to win with this, you know, and I think this could be my pick. It's a clunky watch, but it could be my pick. You know, I'd like to Grand Seiko break on with the first chronograph there.
What does Tentograph mean? It's got a meaning, doesn't it?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
It's made of titanium, so that might be something to do with it.
It's Tentograph stands for 10 beats per second. 3 days. 3 days automatic chronograph. So they put all that together into the saying Tentograph. Okay.
The Hublot does nothing for me. A totally see-through watch. I love the IWCs, but we've seen them before. The Pilot's Chrono, the Top Gun Oceana. The Chrono Tokyos, Hajime Asoka, I love you, my friend, but we've seen these chronos before. The Chrono Tokyos, we've seen them before. The Louis Monet, I don't know what that is. It's something wrong going there. I don't like it at all. The Maurice Lacroix, I don't think it'll have legs to stand on in GPHG. The Parmigiani Tonda PF Sport, Chronograph Sport.
Yeah, I like this watch though. This is pretty cool. I'm not sure about the gold one. I think the steel one is cool, but
yeah, I like Parmigiani. We've already said about the PF Tonda. We like Parmigiani. I don't know whether
does it need the date? Does it need the date, you think?
It doesn't need the date.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Right about that. No, you're right about that. It doesn't need the date. But I don't know whether it would go the full distance.
Yeah.
The Pitman Batat was Abdul's pick, and Abdul's pick, and a lot of people's pick.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
Chronograph Rattrapant. This one's going for 243,000.
Whoa. Jeez, that's a lot.
So this is high horology.
Marcelo's in the chat, Thomas.
Marcelo, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, this is high horology.
Yeah, I might have to recast my vote and have a go at this one. I think this is pretty cool. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool
was going to
piece.
go for this one, but I just saw the Grand
Yeah.
Seiko just for something different, you know. And
Yeah,
this is
no, I like
definitely
this.
going to be. This is more than likely be the winner in this category.
Yeah.
But for
That's
the
a
money,
banger.
I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, it's a lot.
The Raymond wheel again doesn't have legs to stand on. The reservoir, I like the reservoir. It tells it's got the regulator readouts on the side in the typical reservoir fashion. I quite like that for chronograph dials. That's it for the chronographs. Oh no, we've got the Singer reimagined. I quite like it. I like the Singer stuff. This is like a bullhead sort of design. And we talked about the Skipper.
Yeah.
Great watch, great looking watch, I think.
Isn't it cool?
Great.
Isn't it
really
cool?
nice. Really, really nice. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Really
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Watch Apprentice? Sorry, we haven't heard much from you today.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope we're not bulldozing the show. What do you think about this one? The Skipper? The Patek Skipper?
Yeah, that's the Skipper you were talking about earlier. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. I do like that.
And then ID Guy did a video on this one last week. The Zenith Big Pilot flight date flyback.
Yep.
It's a nice one. I liked it when I saw it, especially in the DLC. Zenith El Primero, can't beat it. That's what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, look, I'm a bit of a Zenith fanboy, but I just there's something about this one that
I think the big date could be removed. That's a bit unnecessary.
Yeah, I think so. And the numerals are really big too, and I don't know. It's just there's something that just doesn't gel with me well. This
What's
watch,
the case made out of, Thomas?
It'll be steel, but DLC coated.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. So that's the chronographs. Onto the sports category. Now, this Arain diver, I'm going to go for this as my pick because I just love Arain. Arain were part of the
Type 20 movement.
Type 20 project, along with Dordain, Oricos, and Breguet, and for the French army. Looks like very much like a classic original CQ. I like the 100%. DNA. I like the DNA strand second hand. It has a screw-off crown cap. Very authentic to the 60s design. It's called a Parmentier crown. You just see that. So it screws off. The cap screws off so that you can adjust the crown.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very weird. Quirky. So you have to, rather than unscrewing the crown to adjust it, you unscrew a cap off the crown, and then adjust the crown.
You can imagine that getting lost somewhere. You're out and about.
You would need to adjust that at home, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You're right.
And if you let it stop.
Yeah, no. Why that doesn't make sense. I mean, it's just another part that's going to get lost, and do you know what I mean? Like it could back out, and you'd be out diving or swimming, and then it's out with the fishies, and Yeah, it just seems a bit weird.
I just quite liked it. I liked it because of the connection with the Type 20 and this is the Aaron Marine Seuss.
How much is that, Thomas?
It's very cheap. It's 1,400 Swiss francs.
Okay. Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah, Arain is a well, relatively affordable brand. I was going to say, which one would you rather get, this or the CQ? But a CQ would cost like
8,000.
I was going to say 4 or 5 times the price of that.
Yeah.
I know it says marine, but it gives me more of a military vibe than anything. You know?
Exactly what Apprentice. It's a military. Yeah. The Type 20 was a military.
Oh, sorry.
And this was actually brought out in the 1960s as a dive watch for the military. So it's a military. I'm going on my love for military watches for this one, just because as I say, I like military watches. It's got that military look about it. It's the military DNA in the brand and the quirkiness of that unscrewable cap on the crown and just something about it. I just like, just something. We'll move on. So, sports, the RTAA, I don't know what's going on there. It's like a whirlpool. It's like more like a what do you call them? A hot tub sort of thing style.
Hot tub. Okay.
The Atelier Horology. It's an interesting diver. The Doxer, I love the Doxer, but we've already seen the Doxer military in previous GPHGs, and I hate that bronze bezel. I hate the bronze bezel on it. Shop at Alpine Eagle Cadence. We've seen the Alpine Eagle again. We've seen it before. The Breitling Endurance Pro. I like the watch, but we've seen that before again. The Gerald Charles, we've seen this brand pop up with the same case on multiple in multiple categories. The Grunfeld Delta Works. This was Abdul's pick.
Yep, that's my pick as well.
1969 Delta Works.
Yeah, that is nice.
Beautiful. I saw this at Watch and Wonders. It's a stunner. 52,445 Swiss francs. Beautiful. Carl and Bart, Tim and Bart Grunfeld doing their stuff, and just stunning work. Beautiful watches.
Yeah.
And the orange strap as well, Watch Apprentice.
Yeah, my favourite. This is a lovely watch, I must admit. This is a lovely watch. Yeah. Peruka and Turtle Knight joined us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a shout out to those guys, Watch Apprentice, who beat me to it. So, g'day, boys. Are they taking the piss, though, at that price, fellas? Is that...
Gerald Charles watches have cases shaped as toilet bowls. You're right, Peruka.
They do a little bit, yeah.
You're right, yeah. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Turn Light gives an upvote. That's the one. Marcelo time. How you doing? Yeah, good to see Marcelo.
Yeah, what was the price on this?
52.5 Swiss francs.
No.
I mean, that's a fuckload of money, isn't it? Really. Yeah. I mean, I get Grunfeld, but for that money, I want a Grunfeld complication of some sort. I feel like they're just having a bit of a laugh. at that price.
Yeah, so that's the Grenfell. Beautiful watch. Beautiful. The IWC Ingenieur, again, I'm bored of it already. It's a nice watch, but not for me. And it's not really a sports watch. I suppose it has to be put in the sports category.
Because where else could it go?
Yeah, exactly. Watch Apprentice. Where else can it go? It's an engineer's watch, but it has to go in the sports category, I guess. The Louis Vuitton Timbre Steel Diver Chronograph Skyline Blue. That's a bit too much for me to say all at once, so that's going in the bin.
I feel like Louis Vuitton and Gucci have paid big money to get into. Well, they're paying big money to get into the GPHG this year, whatever the price is.
How much is this one? 9,345.
Yeah, no, that's an ugly watch, man.
That's a dog of a watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Maurice Lacroix, not doing it for me either. And the Moran Musi, no. Moron's watch.
Moron's watch.
Yeah. No Kane, not doing it for me either. No. The Oris Aquis Pro 4,000 meters. It's a deep diver, but it's not doing it for me either. The Reservoir GT Tour Racing, no. The Sartori BR, this was your pick, Watch Apprentice.
Yeah, that's my pick. And these are bespoke watches, and you go on their website and you can actually build your watch. Yeah, and obviously, when you pick the face, the hands, the case, the price, obviously, as you build it, the price goes up, obviously. But a friend of mine put me into this brand, and I looked on their website, and I thought some of their watches were absolutely stunning. So if you guys get a chance, don't dismiss this brand. Just have a look at their website, and then. But to me, their watches, when they're bespoke watches, really look stunning.
Yeah, you're right.
They've got a bit of a wait list too. Sartori BR, they're a popular brand. Yeah,
you're right. They're a cracking brand, and they make some lovely bespoke with lapis lazuli meteorite. This one, so it's lapis lazuli on the outer ring and meteorite on the inner of the dial. Beautiful watch. Yeah. Love it. And
later, Russ.
Take care, Russ.
Yeah, take care, Russ. Thanks for joining, mate. Have a good day. A great weekend, Russ.
Yeah, it's a great watch, that one, I think. The Sherpa watches, interesting. I quite like the dual crowns. The Squale, give them their due. They're in there. A lot of people mock the brand, but they're there. They've paid the money to be involved. The Tag Heuer flyback chronometer, bit too busy for me. Yeah. It's a Monza, and I love the Monza, but it's too much for me, that dial. And Tudor, they always seem to. I don't want Tudor to win this year because they always seem to win.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is going to be the winner, Thomas.
Yeah, Tudor always seem to win something. They always seem to sneak in there, and Rolex never sneak in there. But
they just get to the judges. That's what it is.
Rolex never seem to enter, but they always sneak in Tudor as a sort of sub-brand, and Tudor always seem to come up trumps and win a prize. And I don't
Rolex don't need to enter.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I don't want Tudor to win this year because it just gives brownie points to Rolex, and
By all accounts, though, from what I've heard of people who have this watch, it's a really cool watch. The Pelagos 39. It's supposed to be the home run from Tudor.
But you know what, JCB?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, every time I look at a Tudor, it just reminds me of a Rolex. You know,
okay.
I just that's it just doesn't do nothing. A Tudor, I know a different brand, but they just don't do nothing. But I look at that and I see a Rolex in it, and
fair enough. Yep.
So on to the jewelry. This Van Cleef & Arpels. So this Bulgari Cleopatra. I love this.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Really cool. It is very cool. I was tempted with this one, but I just felt you should come with a magnifying glass again. You know,
this is nearly $1 million francs.
What's
938,000 Swiss francs. This is just embedded with diamonds and
yeah. That's something that Cleopatra would wear.
Yeah, absolutely. What you meant. It's something like Cleopatra would wear, and it's a stunning piece of art. That one. What happened there?
You were browsing some watches, Thomas. IWC.
Okay. What the thing? Getting back to just very quickly. How would you have that serviced?
It's a quartz movement. I have no idea how they just take it out and replace it.
They take it out and replace it. Yeah, for sure.
Most probably, yeah.
So I like the Chopard. It's nice. It's nice bit of jewelry. I like the Damiani. Nice bit of jewelry. The Gucci timepieces again. They're doing high horology. This is very expensive. You picked this Watch Apprentice. And
I think for no reason, Thomas.
I would either pick the Bulgari or this.
Yeah,
because this is stunning.
It was for no reason. I didn't know what to do, and it just, I just picked this. So
1,120,000 Swiss francs.
Oh, that's why I picked it. That's why I picked
necklace. It's stunning. I must say, when I was at Watches and Wonders, I saw Van Cleef & Arpels stand, and they had a lot of necklaces with watches on, and they looked absolutely amazing. Just works of art, really. Yeah. And you can imagine somebody in a ball gown, all totally dressed up, to the nines, with a beautiful pendant like this on, and just looking the absolute business.
Yeah, definitely a Lady Diana.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say it's at that price, it's royalty. Someone in the royal family would be wearing that. That piece.
A work of art.
Very cool.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. And the Tag Heuer, I don't know what that's doing in this category.
What the hell is that thing? I just don't even know where to begin. That is.
I have no idea. But I don't know whether it's got diamonds on it, diamond baguette. But it shouldn't be there. The Van Cleef & Arpels was Abdul's pick. We saw this earlier on. So it's in two categories.
Yeah, this is lovely as well, though. This is stunning.
The Ludo Secret Watch. Yeah, very nice. Big fan of Van Cleef & Arpels myself. As I say, I saw them at Watches and Wonders. And they're absolutely gorgeous. The stuff they had on show was absolutely gorgeous. So you can shut the lid on this watch and just have it as a bracelet. So you can see there, you lift the lid and you see the watch.
What's the price on this one?
940,000. So a million.
Yeah, not bad.
But it's all about it's all about the bling, isn't it?
You couldn't live in that, could you?
So, artistic crafts. So, the Anderson de Genève, there's a Jump Hour, Rising Sun edition. A Benzinger with a salmon dial. A Celadon, which is Benjamin Cheese brand. Century 7 Wonders. Didn't really do much for me, that one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Chrono Swiss.
Who's Benjamin Chi again? Who's that?
Benjamin Chi. JHQ has got a Benjamin Chi, hasn't he?
Yeah, Benjamin Chi.
That name.
Yeah, he's got a world timer. Is it a world timer, Thomas, that he had made by Benjamin Chi?
Yeah.
Very. If you ever, JCB, if you get the chance to have a look at, if he would like to show it to you, it's a stunning piece. I remember when he was showing the pictures of when he was actually having it made. It looks stunning.
Yeah. Well, it's actually, if we scroll back up.
Yeah, look at the ladies one. Well, just went past it. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's Benjamin Chi Anderson.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I just because I knew the name, but I just couldn't recall who he was.
Let's just get back down to where we are.
Nearly there, mate. Here we go.
So that's a Benzinger Celadon. Chrono Swiss. Oh, my mouse keeps bunking out on me. Come on. Chrono Swiss Defeat Oracle. It's a Jump Hour again with the retrograde minute hand. Fabergé doing artistic dials again. And I think if you're going to do artistic crafts, this would be my choice. You do it on a pocket watch. And this would be my choice. This is the Hermes Slim, Hermes Dare, Hermes Pocket Watch Massan. And a piece unique decorated with woven horsehair and engraved rose gold. As a bit of a traditionalist, I feel that a lot of these gaudy designs look best on a pocket watch. So you've got a beige horse and a black horse there. I just think that looks lovely. Don't know how much that is. 158,000 Swiss francs. But I think, personally, I prefer it to having a tiger on the dial or a lion on the dial like this Louis Monet. The Jacob & Co. was your pick, wasn't it, Watch Apprentice?
Yeah, the Godfather, yeah.
Godfather 50th anniversary watch.
Yeah. I know it's huge, but I just thought of the workmanship that if you see how they actually put it together, it's just amazing.
It's a tribute to the Godfather. We all love the Godfather trilogy, and it's a.
Well, it plays the music from the song it plays the theme.
Yeah,
it plays the theme music from the Godfather. Yeah, right, see those cylinders on the left and right side. They're actually like musical cylinders, so that when they spin around, it goes ding 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 ding, and it plays the Godfather theme. Yeah, it's a really cool watch, actually. Yeah, I love that watch.
The Hublot, I don't see much artistic craft in that, apart from a bit of the sapphire on the front is concaved. The Parmigiani, I'm not sure about. Piaget was Abdul's pick. Very nice watch, this one.
Yeah, lovely colour.
Yeah, quite a nice style.
Yeah.
It's the more conservative of the bunch, I think. The more just a subtle swirl dials, subtle swirls, and the I think that's a tourbillon. Yeah, tourbillon. 225,000 Swiss francs. The Métiers Altiplano Métiers d'Art Undulata.
Yeah.
Rudy Silva again. No, all these the Sarpaneva we've seen before. This is classic. He did that with the Owl watch, didn't he? And these were all best seen in the. This is all coloured loom, so best seen at night.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then there's the Van Cleef and Arpels, which didn't do much for me either.
No.
So on to the Petit Gris. BRM, no, didn't do much for me. The BA, 111 OD. Don't know.
Fuck, seriously? Like that's your brand. That's the brand name. That's your company name that you came up with. BA 111 OD. Really?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Who's the marketing genius that came up with that? Fucking ridiculous. It's so dumb.
Baron, not for me either. The Breitling, nothing special about that, I don't think.
No.
Bulgari, no, nothing special about that. The Carl Succi and Son, nothing special about that. The Bel Canto was Abdul pick.
Yeah, I was toying with this one as well, Thomas. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
So that was Abdul's pick, which it was a fairly innovative watch.
For me, it's the value prop that you get from this one as well. You know, it's couple. You know,
that is amazing.
For whatever it is, you know, three and a bit Swiss franc. You're getting, for me, I'm getting just a lot of Moser vibes from this watch. It's like a budget Moser watch that you're getting with and it's a minute repeater. So pretty cool piece, I think.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. It wasn't my choice, JCB, but I like that. I did like that.
The Seeger design didn't do much for me. Neither does the Claude Malin. Neither does the Eduardo Cullen. The Fears I quite liked. I'd go for this as my pick. It's made by two brands, two founding members of the Alliance of British Watch and Clockmakers, which is chaired by Roger Smith to promote and support British watch and clockmaking worldwide. The Christopher Ward and Fears collaborated on this watch, which was only limited to members of the Alliance. I think 50 were made. The jump hour movement was developed by an ex-master watchmaker from Christopher Ward and housed in a Fears Brunswick style case, burgundy dial and strap. And I'll just want to quickly where am I going now? Put in the chat a link to a video from the Alliance of Watchmakers, Alliance of British Watch and Clockmakers YouTube website. So if anybody wants to check that out, there's some really good interviews with British watchmakers. So, yeah, if anybody's interested in that, you can check that out.
Thomas, did you hear that watchmaker Rebecca Struthers? She just brought a book out. She's based in Birmingham. Her and her husband are based in Birmingham.
Right.
And they was on a show, and she was talking about you know, there's not many, if any, there's not many women watchmakers.
But, no. Good. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a book out called Hands of Time or something. Rebecca Struthers. It's really interesting. I've read it. It's beautiful.
Right. Oh, so that's another thing to check out if you want to. Hands of Time.
Yeah, Hands of Time. Yeah.
Right. So the Garrick, we liked the Garricks. You liked the Garricks the other day, didn't you? The other week.
The Garrick. Yeah, I like the Garrick.
That's quite nice on the S6,
I love that.
which is 7,132 Swiss francs.
Yeah, I did like that. I like the Garrick. Mm.
Where does this brand originate from? Garrick. They're English, aren't they?
Yeah, Norfolk. I think they designed in Norfolk. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Harbring 2, which we love Harbring.
Yep.
Hublot Classic Fusion, no, ditch that. ID Geneve watches, never heard of them. So, I mean,
ID.
Petit Gris is where the new brands sort of emerge, like the Louis watch. Right. So, like this one, Ite Noi, never heard of them.
Reste. What the hell?
So the Louis Rod was your pick, wasn't it? Watch Apprentice.
Yeah.
The Louis Rod, Le Regulator, Louis Rod, and Constantine Chaikin collaboration.
Yeah, I've got a soft spot for Konstantin Chaikin. He's a Russian watchmaker, and he has some. He's I think he's famed for the watch piece called the Joker. But and this is a collab between the two of them, and I found a website that's got one of these for sale, and they're limited editions. And I know it sounds strange, but it's purely because I've got a soft spot for Konstantin Chaikin that I went for this. But if you know the actual watch strap as well, it's really, really, really beautiful watch strap, all handmade.
Yeah.
I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but
everyone.
As I say,
it's scary.
Yeah,
it's scary to look at. I get I'm a big. Sorry, continue. Watch Princess. Sorry about that.
No, I was just going to say it's based on a mythical character, and the hour hand is supposedly the Cyclops of the eye, and the bottom, the seconds at the bottom is the mouth, and the actual minute hand is the actual arrow that pierced yeah.
I'm a big Konstantin Chaikin fan as well. I mean, I love the Joker, and it's a great watch, and
but
so
this is not a bad price, but you have to order them, and I think if you look, Thomas, I think they're like something like 4,000 something francs, which I didn't think was a lot of money, really.
4,308 francs. Yeah.
And the piece I found on the website was the chaps wanting nearly £6,000, but as I say, it's got everything with it. It's not even, it's unworn as well. So
yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of people are I think we're all fans of Chaikin, really, and a lot of people are becoming fans of Chaikin. They're getting on the bandwagon. So whenever he brings something out, they'll just buy it and try and flip it. Unfortunately, you know, he's just become that sort of brand.
I definitely wouldn't flip it, JCB, and I think with Constantine Jakin, a lot of his watches are out of my price range, and when you get something like this come up, although it's a collab, you know what? With anything with his name on it, I'll go for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yep.
I saw one on James Kibble's watch site, Kibble Watches.
Thomas, don't you go for it. You should. Don't you dare go for it.
Okay, mate.
That's the website, Thomas. Yeah, that's the website I found it on.
Yeah. So there's a Messina Lab, which looks like a render. It doesn't look like a watch. The Oris Kermit, which is just where Kermit appears once a month. The Piquigne, don't know much about them. The Raymond Wheel, Freelancer Pop Chronograph. You like that, JCB?
Yeah, I like the look of that. It's the only problem is it's quite big. I think it's a 43 mil or something like that. So I might be corrected. Correct me if 43.5 is my only issue. Look, I'm wearing a 43 mil watch now, but you know, I sort of like my watches to be a bit smaller these days. I'm into the sort of 41 mil is my sweet zone for my watches. So, but I like that. This color combo is cool. I like that.
Yeah,
it's a cool piece.
The Reservoir, I quite like Reservoir's stuff. Quirky French brand. The SUF Helsinki, never heard of them. Seiko, no.
Boring.
Boring. Sherp watches with their double crowns. Tag Heuer, Aquaracer, no. Tudor Black Bay, no, that's far too old.
That one's gonna win though. So
yeah. The Viren Gold Mirror watch, no. Honeycomb, no. The Yema Wristmaster Traveler Micro Rotor, no.
Yeah.
So on to the challenge category. Abdul picked this one as his choice. Now I don't know why. Okay. I just don't like it at all.
Yeah, you have to ask Abdul.
Schmucker 9204S11.
It just seems like
again
a tonic, doesn't it?
Sorry, what, Prentice? What do you say?
Just saying, Thomas. It looks like a cube of ice. It needs to be dropped in a vodka and tonic.
But like you say, JCP, I don't know. They can't come with a name, can they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's this material? Is this
himself, Abdul? How you doing?
Hi guys, hi gents. How are you? Hope all is well.
Yeah, so
good, buddy. Yeah. How are you?
How did you pick this?
Yeah, this one I actually picked out because it has this look of a Santos, but see-through everywhere, and I thought it just looks really interesting.
Okay. I was thinking more Bell and Ross with that case shape and the screws.
You are totally right. You are totally right.
2,000 Swiss francs. So yeah.
Sapphire. It's a sapphire tourbillon, so it's a sapphire material.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sapphire tourbillon.
Okay.
How are you doing, Abdul? How's life in Egypt?
Yeah, it's good. I'm back in Cairo, so it was horrible today because I was planning to drive for 1.5 hours, but it's been 5 hours in traffic.
Fuck that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, God.
I hope you had air conditioning in the car.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God I had air conditioning in the car, but every time I go out, you just sweat and sweat and sweat, and then come inside, dry all the sweat from the air condition, and then repeat for several times. Just arrived home.
How long are you in Egypt for, mate?
Until the 7th of September.
Okay. Good bit of time there.
Yeah, but better spend the summer here than in Germany, where it's also hot, but then very cold afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So this is Batavi watches, Pamukkale, and Pamukkale is in Turkey. It's a sort of holiday resort there. The Seager Design Jade Green Chalcedony edition. The circular nothing special. This one I thought was quite interesting. Designed after the 1930s Bugattis. The shape of it. Di Renzo. It's only 750 Swiss francs. So it's a cheap micro brand, obviously. The Di Renzo watch is Aerolite.
Yeah, I think a lot of these brands are just entering for the marketing. You know,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier, Abdul. You know,
little
bit of advertising.
Yeah, the Dumoro Royal Blue, no. The Chrono Tokyo, no, it's not really. I don't know what the challenge category is. Do you know what it is, Abdul?
I think the challenge category is to get a watch under 5,000. So the whole idea is to have 5,000 francs.
Right.
To challenge you to pick one that you like. That's the challenge.
Tokyo, the Lorca, no. The Morris Aqua, no. The Milius, no. The Nomos Tasud. I like this one, the out of order one. I saw this brand at the BQ Watch Show, and they're from Italy, and I really like them. I like the stories. This is the Aerolite, but going for this what's on a wrist times Scottish watches collab out of order. And it's in the description. To commemorate my 50 years on the planet, it's for Barbara Palumo, which is a What's on a Wrist Scottish Watches collaboration. And so to commemorate my 50 years on this planet, I wanted to create a watch that would not only represent happiness in my life, but also in the lives of many of my friends and colleagues. She stated, continuing, as a Scotch lover, particularly an Alban lover, my vision of the watch would be to reflect the colouring of both the drink itself and the label of my favourite distillery. As often as on the co-host of the Scottish Watches podcast, it was only natural to bring them on board for the collaboration. And she goes on to say a lot more. The other integral part was, however, I designed a brand from Italy to create a watch I wanted to reflect my proud Italian roots. And there's no better choice for an affordable timepiece that could be available to the public than one made by Out of Order. Plus, I have their mantra that they're damaged in Italy. They have written on them. Aren't we all even a little damaged? So they have written on the watches, damaged in Italy. So I quite like this one. So this would probably be my pick. And then the Raymond wheel, no. The Rari C, no. We'll go through marketing here. And you like the watermelon.
Yeah, purely because I saw this at the BQ Watches event, Thomas, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the Independent. You know, I just wanted to. It's a lovely watch. Actually, it's a really nice watch in when you actually see it in real life. But purely, I just wanted to give a shout out and a back into this Independent. Really.
Richard,
this is a hot brand now. Underdog.
Yeah, Richard Bank, the owner of the brand, is just great. And these Seagull ST 1901 movements are great, and £500, the great bargain watches. Yeah. Sorry, Abdul, I interrupted you.
No, I was just gonna say it's great value for money. Really, really cool watch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so moving on to the clocks, which is the last category. We've got an Alan Silverstein doing his usual Alan Silverstein thing. Carl Suchi and Son. The Lepi 1839 car clock. Matthew or Norman. Matthias Nashke, which I think I met at the AHCI Awards. Just lovely clocks. You picked this one, Abdul, which is great. It's got a football game in the middle. It's a football.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of football, but it's one of my sports that I watch sometimes. But I thought it's a really cool contraption, as we have now football in all the headlines because of Saudi Arabia buying all the football players around the world with ridiculous amount of money. So I thought it's a good, let's say, clock to represent this year that's been, let's say, a little bit crazy with Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, and all the people that went to Saudi Arabia League. So that was basically the mindset behind choosing this one.
60,000.
And not forgetting the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, Women's World Cup.
Exactly.
Lioness is playing today. I wonder how they've done.
Yeah,
I don't know how
I think it's finished now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is 60,000 Swiss francs, and it's got jumping hours, so it's quite an interesting one. You see the fella standing in the goal, and he can kick a ball into the goal with the little spinning contraption. This is your pick, Watch Apprentice, and I can tell.
That's
beautiful.
They make beautiful clocks. It's the Evelyn and Stickleman automation. Beautiful. I mean, they won the clock award.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're talking 2.5 million Swiss francs for this. One piece limited. Absolutely stunning. And I don't know what you'd pick out of these, JCB.
Definitely the Lepi chrome, the car one there. If you scoot up, the Lepi 1839. That's a beast. I had a look at the video before. Actually, I've got it up. If you want to bring it up, check it out. It's really cool. Hang on a sec. I'll bring it up. To turn the steering wheel, set the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got like you can look at all that in there. That's grouse, man. That's so cool. I'm a bit of a car nut, so this is right up my alley. This one. Then you wind it back and forward to wind it up.
Really, to wind it up, you wind it back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
So cool.
Yeah,
wow.
You can get the engine going. Look at that. It's like a crankshaft in there. That's awesome.
That is funky.
Yeah, really cool.
Really cool, yeah.
So yeah, and look, it's based on like a C and D type Jags of the 60s, which is really cool.
That's funky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool
my pick would be the this one, the Maison Alcy, which was limited to, it's a Perseus limited to 500 pieces, 5,800 Swiss francs. Comes as a kit, so there's a little romance in the fact that you assemble the clock from the 169 of it, 233 components that comes in the kit. Only the regulating organ is pre-assembled, and there's a little video which I'll just show. This one. Oops. I'll just go back to and show this one. So it's just a story of him getting a clock off his kid and putting it together, but it's
so he hasn't done it before then.
He does look a little bit professional.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool if you have it.
Screwdrivers in a minute.
I just fell for the romance of putting it together yourself, and
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
It's quite a funky clock.
Yeah.
If I got this one, I would definitely take it to my watchmaker, to be honest, to help me out, because I don't want to break it.
Yeah, not a £5,000. No.
Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's our selections.
Yep.
I think we all did very well. You made some great choices, Abdul. I think a lot of yours will. And what do you think about all the watches that will win the grand prize? I think it's the Sam and Brett for me.
I've not really thought about it, Thomas, to be honest with you. You know, I just done the categories and picked the ones that I like. But the overall win, I'm not really sure. I've not really thought about it, to be honest. So, what's your pick, JCB, to win?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Overall, I'm gonna go for. It's a hard one. I'm probably gonna go for the Recepi. I don't know why. Maybe just because of I don't know. I'm just having a guess, really, just taking a punt. I reckon the Recepi will come out just with the pedigree of his brother and all that sort of stuff. I feel like that one will probably come out. For some reason, don't ask me why. Just a guess.
I'm just going to punt for the Voutilainen after seeing it, and
the Voutilainen will time. Yeah.
Both are amazing. Both are really. I think if they didn't win in their categories, they would win the Grand Prix award, because they always do this. They get one watch that didn't win in the category that it entered, and they take it as the best watch in the whole GPHG, and take another watch in that category, or vice versa.
But that that AP, the one with like 50 million complications, that one is I reckon that one might come out on top. Actually, thinking about it, there's a lot going on in that watch. It's super complicated. So either that one or the Beauvais, the astronomical at the Beauvais Recital 20 Asterium. That was another crazy piece. So yeah, I mean, the Recepi looks really pedestrian compared to those two, I suppose.
Yeah.
So,
Beauvais always wins one award in these GPHG.
Yeah.
Do you think? And here's another one. Would you put money on Tudor winning another one this year?
Yeah, I would put money. Tudor would win definitely again.
I hope not.
Yeah, they will, Thomas. You know it. You know they will.
There is a lot of politics in the awards. That's what I noticed in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll leave you guys to it. I'm going to jump off. That was a great show.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, JCB. Great to see you, buddy.
Chatting to you all. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you, Watch Apprentice.
Lovely meeting you, my friend.
No worries.
Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, likewise, man. Same to you,
Have a great one.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next show, I guess.
Yeah,
and,
thanks for having me. Take care now. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for joining Watch Apprentice.
Thanks, everybody. Sorry if we're a bit late.
Thomas.
Say again?
Thanks, Abdul. No problem, mate. Yeah. Just chill out now after your 5-hour drive.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.